This is an earlier piece. This is from 2000, and the statement in this work is really looking at a resurrection or a new day or a new becoming. And so if you look at the top, you really see like this expanding, kind of like an exploding sun as it comes up in the morning. And on the bottom, one of my signatures I use in my work, and sometimes people confuse it with a fleur de lis, but it's actually my nose. And it occupies this quarter of the piece itself. But for me, it's a way of giving it an ethnic anchor. And I use that as a way, much like the Makande do, where you have physical features protruding from within physical features, eyes coming out of mouths and noses. But again, it's just in a way that African artwork has influenced my work subtly and overtly. The thing I like about this piece too, it's a social political work, and we'll flip it over like this. And at that time, contextually, the images that I showed on here are images from contemporary society. I use my sculpture in it. I like to photograph in my sculpture and then reuse those photographs in other works of art. And so the sculpture exists beyond just its present and its physical self. It becomes mobile, and I can use it in other works and replicate it in other works. But at the time, I was doing research, and I was looking at the involvement of the Catholic Church in New World politics and New World realities. And there was a series of documents that I was reading on the asientos. But basically, it talked about the percentage that the Pope and the Catholic Church would get of each African head brought from Africa. And so when I looked at that, I looked at the reality of economics and how that tempers and controls a lot of what goes on. Where we think that a lot of times we just kind of attribute things to maybe mislike or hate or wanting to do ill will, but really we can almost always bring it back to economics and being able to exploit and being able to exploit. And so in it, you see the image of Christ, you see Pope John II. This Jubilee actually comes from the year of Jubilee for the Catholic Church, which I believe was 2001. So I use their images and kind of wrap them around. And pretty much you can see, I mean, I look at sexuality and how sexuality is an underwriting force, and how sometimes power is extruded through sexuality, misplaced sexuality, especially male misplaced sexuality. And I kind of use that as a kind of like a medium to be able to take me into that space. And so there we go.